Okie dokie, for this last video of chapter 1, we're going to talk about word problems, so real world problems. Now, I want to talk about the 4 different operations and not keywords that you might find, because keywords can be tricky, but just reminding us what they mean. So with adding, I'm combining things. Okay, I might be saying I have this many apples and this many oranges. How many are there together? I might be saying there's this many people over here, this many people over here. So I'm just combining things. That's adding. Subtracting, I'm either taking away or I'm comparing things. So I'm either saying, hey, I had 10 cookies, I ate 2 of them. How many are left? That's taking away. Comparing is if I say, okay, I have 10 cookies, you have 15 cookies. How many more do you have? So how many more? How many less? How much taller? How much shorter? So how many more? How much more? That's going to be subtracting because we're comparing 2 things. We're finding the difference. Multiplying is combining, but we have equal groups. So I know that I have a certain number of groups and I know how much is in each group, or I have a certain number of items and I know how many of those, like I know how many items I have and how much each costs. Or I have a certain number of bags and I know how many things are in each bag. That's when we multiply. Dividing is when I'm splitting things into equal groups. So I know the total and I'm either putting them into groups and trying to figure out how many groups, or I know how many groups I'm splitting it into, I'm dividing it into, and I just need to know how big each group is going to be. So maybe I have some marbles, I'm putting them into a certain number of boxes. How many marbles will be in each box? I know the total number of pets that I have, and I'm putting 2 into each cage. So how many cages will I need? Things like that are dividing. So keep that in mind because sometimes you have to identify or figure out what operation to do. So here's a real world problem I want us to think about. The selling price of a digital camera was $1,499. Kumar sold 4 such cameras. Okay, so estimate his total sales by first rounding the price of each camera to the nearest $1,000. Okay, so we need to take the camera, 1,499, we're rounding it to the nearest thousand. Okay, so 4 tells me I need to round down, so it's just 1,000. So if he sold 4 cameras, I can either just add that 4 times or do 1,000 times 4. If he sold 4 of those cameras, he has 4 equal groups, equal cameras. Okay, so his total sales would have been 4,000. Now it's asking us to estimate his total sales by first rounding the price of each camera to the nearest $100. So I know we didn't talk about that, but all you have to do differently is find the hundreds place. 9 tells me that the 4 needs to go up to a 5. Okay, so I just have 1,500 times 4. Okay, I could either do 1,500 plus itself 4 times, or I'm going to help you out with this one. It's going to be 6,000. Okay, find his actual total sales. For this, I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to use a calculator because the point is that I want to show you something. So if times 4, okay, 5,996. Which estimate was closer? Okay, well this one was way closer. Now why is that? Let's look at the numbers. How close is 1,000 to 1,499? It's kind of far away, right? It's $499 away. How close is 1,500 to 1,499? That's only $1 away. So the closer our rounding is, our estimate is, the closer our answer will be to our estimated problem. Okay, so when we're rounding, just keep that in mind. If when you round, the number stays pretty close, your answer is going to be a lot closer. If you have to round farther away, your answer will be farther away. So again, I just want to remind you, if you read a word problem, make sure to really think about what it is asking. Am I trying to combine things to find the total, but they might not be equal? Am I taking things away and finding how much is left? That's a good clue that you're subtracting. Am I comparing? So asking how many more or how many less, how much taller, how much shorter, how much heavier, how much lighter. Those are all comparing, so it's going to be subtracting, finding the difference. Am I combining things in equal groups where I could draw a picture? Say, okay, each group has, so maybe I bought boxes of that have bags of Takis, and in each box was 5 bags. So I can easily draw a picture based on, okay, I bought 4 boxes, each one had 5 bags. I can find the total because I have some equal groups. That's multiplying. Versus if I know I know the total, but I'm either splitting them into equal groups, or I'm splitting, I know how many go in each group, and I'm trying to figure out the number of groups that I have. So use that to practice your real world problems, and then you can go on to do some extra problem solving, and then you will work on your final assessment just to show all you have learned in this chapter. Good luck!